So till yesterday we discussed about classical evolutionism. In classical evolutionism we understood about E.B. Taylor, Henry Morgan and James Fraser. So before that I will give you clarity first of all. There are very easy topics also. In anthropology there are easy topics like socio-culture anthropology, marriage, family, very interesting, isn't it? Tribal, Indian villages, society. But I didn't started with easy topics. Those topics, if I start, it will give you a lot of comfort. It will give you a lot of ease. You will feel very comfort. But I didn't start with it because anthropological thought is something which gives you marks. In every unit, in every chapter, you have to use thinkers. I know that anthropological thought is very complex, but still I took it as first module to complete. So I don't want to make you easy. I don't want to manipulate you. I don't want manipulation. I want reality. The reality is anthropological thought. If you understand, then that is anthropology subject. Anthropology thought itself is anthropology subject. So I know it is, you have to use brain more, you have to think more. Why E.B. Taylor thought that everywhere man will be thinking in the same format, why he got that ideas, why I am reading, why he got that thought and why I am reading that everywhere man evolved in the same process. Nakentidi. Still, that is thought. You have to understand. So I will take more time. I will take nearly 40 hours to complete only one unit. That is the base, that is the foundation. So you should also focus more on anthropological thought. You have to appreciate. If you want to love the subject, you have to appreciate the subject. So E.B. Taylor in 1880, his thought process is that much. Henry Morgan thought process is that much. James Fraser know how to do magic. Now we are seeing movies, but he did in 1880, 1890 only he did all magics. Law of similarity and law of contact. So on the process we completed classical evolutionism. Today I will be discussing about historical particularism. Historical particularism is given by Franz Boas. So Franz Boas is this person. Franz Boas is called as father, guru, hero of American anthropology. He was regarded as the American anthropology has been grown that much big because of the contributions of Franz Boas. People will believe that if Franz Boas is not there, there is no American anthropology. If Franz Boas is not there, there is no American anthropology. That much important is Franz Boas. Why he is that much popular, sir? What happened? I will tell you about him. Franz Boas is a German born. Franz Boas is a German born. He was a Jewish. He was a Jewish originally. His community is Jewish community. You know, in 1930s, 1940s, 1920s, what was happening to Jewish in Germany? There was genocide. There was extermination of Jewish people. So he ran away from Germany and stayed in America. And American people welcomed him. American people welcomed him and American people had appreciated, you come to America, we are going to protect you and we are going to pay high also. So hence he came to America and he started doing studies on anthropology, hence called as American anthropology or American anthropologist. Hence the discipline called as American anthropology or American anthropologist. So what are his contributions? I will be telling one by one. German born American anthropologist. Was a predominant intellectual and organizing figure in the professionalization of anthropology in America in 19th century. Means 1880 to 1940, he was very, very active. His efforts throughout the life gave American anthropology its shape and character. Today, American anthropology is this much popular. Why? Because, see, the anthropology as the subject birth happened in British, but its growth and development happened in America. In the process of growth and development of anthropology in America, the main contribution is from Franz Boas. So American anthropology got its shape, American anthropology got its character mainly because of Franz Boas. He studied science subjects, physics, mathematics. He did his post-graduation in geography. Initially, he is a geography. He is geographer turned anthropologist. So first his optional was geography, then he changed optional to anthropology. Geographer turned anthropologist. For doing field work, he visited Baffin Islands and studied local tribes. There is a beauty about Franz Boas. The field works, these are very, very important. You have to make running notes few points, which is coming out from my mouth. Field works were being started by Henry Morgan, but the life for field work, how to do field work, the rules and regulations for field works were being given by Franz Boas. ఎలా ఫీల్డ్ వర్క్ చేయాలి, హౌ వీ నీడ్ టు డూ ద ఫీల్డ్ వర్క్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ టు డూ ద ఫీల్డ్ వర్క్ వేర్ బీన్ గివెన్ బై హూమ్? Franz Boas. Yes, the birth of field work is been happened or done by Henry Morgan, but the clear shape and character for field work was been given by Franz Boas. So first I am giving introduction about Franz Boas. Why? Because multiple times the question is write about Franz Boas. Write about Henry Morgan. He is very favorite for UPSC. Franz Boas is a person who is responsible for growth of the discipline called as anthropology in America. So hence there is a Franz Boas itself a question. So a geographer turned anthropologist, a German-born American. He studied physics and mathematics. He is the person who is responsible for giving the shape of anthropology in America. And he did field work where? Baffin Island. Where the Baffin Islands are there? The Baffin Islands are there in Pacific Ocean. Small. Means Henry Morgan did field work but within North American continent. He did field work, he went into Pacific Ocean, where in Pacific Ocean small islands are there. In the small islands, he did field works. Studied the tribes of Baffin Islands. And he gave utmost important. He gave rules and regulations. No, he told, if any anthropologist want to study about the culture, if any anthropologist want to do ethnographies, first you have to understand their folklore, janapadalu. Folklore. You tell me, I know everyone who are from village. Everyone are from village only. You might be settled in cities. In our villages, any village festival is happening, or someone died, or some temple festivals are happening, whether in that festival, in that celebration, whether folklores will happen or not.
Yes, sir.
The folklore songs will be sung or not. Yes, 100%. And that folklore will give about what? The folklores will describe about the village, will describe about any caste who is celebrating that festival, or that folklore will describe about that local god, village deities. That folklores also discuss about freedom movements. That folklores also discuss about their culture. The folklores also discuss about their way of living. So he want to tell that if any anthropologist want to study about any primitive society, any tribal society, you cannot study in the first instance mainly because they don't have written documents. You cannot directly study. Why? Because they don't have written documents. They don't have script. Yes or no? Whether tribes have script, they don't have script, then how you can understand their culture? He is telling that they don't have written script, but their culture is present in which form? Folklore. జానపద పాఠాలలో ఉంటాయా? జానపద గేయాలలో ఉంటాయి కదా. So he want to tell that in America itself, in America also there are folklore. If any tribal community, if any anthropologist want to understand about any tribal society or any primitive society or any community, first you study about their folklore. You understand about what is the meaning imbibed in the folklore. In our freedom movement, not only freedom movement, in Naxalite movement of 1970s, 1980s, what happened in South India, what happened in Chhattisgarh, what happened in Andhra Pradesh, what happened in Telangana, what happened in West Bengal, how they promoted Naxalism by folklores. Freedom movement, how it went into deeper into the villages by folklores. Songs are so effective. So he want to tell that they don't have any written documents. Why? Because they don't have any script. But if you want to know about their cultures, if you want to know about their society, you just understand their folklores. So he gave the importance of folklores, his contributions. He was of opinion that oral traditions was the unwritten historical accounts of tribal societies. Folklores are what? Oral tradition. No, folklore is what? Oral. Oral traditions. These are unwritten. So understand their folklore, which are not printed. So by listening to them, you can understand their history. So don't neglect oral traditions which are called as folklore. So one contribution is also very important. In 10 marker questions, they will ask folklore. Only one word questions will be there. Monday we will give you PYQs questions. Why? Because few students, Monday onwards the batch will be consolidated and these all issues, AC issues will not be there by Monday. Free classes are going on now. So free people should not get more benefited. So PYQs will be given, that booklet will be given on Monday. The study of language and linguistics. What is study of, he told that tribal people have their languages, but their languages doesn't have script, accepted or not. Tribal languages have script. Very, very, very rare tribal communities have script. According to the report of Ministry of Tribal Affairs, in India itself, 100 tribal communities, only one tribal community is having script. 99 tribal communities are not having script. So what is happening? When these tribal languages are not recorded, when these tribal languages are not documented, whether anything which is not documented, if it is not documented, whether that will extinct or not, whether that will disappear or not, whether people will ask for evidence or not, whether people will ask for evidence or not. So he told that for the first time in the history of anthropology, not only anthropology, for the first time in the history of humanities, there is a need to make a document of tribal languages. There is a need to make a script for tribal languages, then only the tribal languages will be conserved. When the tribal languages is conserved, then only their culture will be conserved. Yes or no? Why you tell me? The culture is in the form of language. So this language which is written, then only it will be saved for future generation. Then only people will come to know that yes, there is something called as Chenchu tribe. There is something called as Gond tribe. For example, I will give you one. There is a tribal community called as Bo in Andaman Nicobar Island. Bo tribal community, last one person was been living in 2019. Only one person was been living. He also died. Now, it is not the person who died. The Bo man died. The Bo language died. The Bo culture died. The Bo community became extinct. Finish. One community became extinct. At least if we would had made their language in the form of document, at least their language would be there today. At least their language would be there here. If the people are not there, at least their language would be there. Why they are extinct, sir? Because they are tribes. They are unable to scoop up with the modern society. If one virus is there, they are unable to cope up. So slowly, one by one, people started dying, and the last person, 2019, Andaman Nicobar Island, one tribal community completely flourished off from the earth. At least language is also not there. Why? Because they did not documented it. They did not documented it. Boas was concerned with documenting American Indian language. Indian means what? Native languages. American native languages. Many Indian languages were on the verge of extinction, and he worked tirelessly to have them recorded, training his students and Indian collaborators, means tribal collaborators, to collect language materials. so that at least he can document the languages. When we document the languages, if people die, it will be that the community will be living. People might die, but the community will be living. The people might die, the culture will be living. The people might die, but the language will be living. So he had advocated for documenting the tribal languages. The best practical example, the Bo tribal community. The Bo tribal community, not a single man is alive. Their language is also not there. Their culture is also not there. Why? Because the language was not documented. So see, understand, in 1890 only he understood that there is a need for documentation of languages. So first he gave importance to folklore, and second he gave importance for documentation of languages. He spent much of the life seeking funds for researchers and publishing the results of their work, and was the moving force behind the Handbook of American Indian Languages and founder and editor of the International Journal of American Linguists. So he made one book. In that book, he started documenting the American Indian languages. So because of which, what is happening? Their language is getting saved. Their language is getting documented. So when the language is documented, their culture also will be. If my culture is there, how I will express my culture? Through words? No. Through words, through sentences. Words and sentences are part of what? Language. So if language is there, then only I can tell this is my culture. If language is not there, I cannot tell, no, this is my culture. Means what? Extinction of language is not only just language extinction, it is extinction of culture also. Why? Because culture can be properly represented through what? Language. Bo's aim was to present these languages, and one more thing. While he is documenting the American Indian languages, he just didn't took information from them, or he understood according to him and he didn't return. For every word he got the meaning from them. For every word they got the meaning from them, and he documented. So whether the original language is saved or duplicate language is saved, original language or errored language or wrong language. So the language which is documented was also taken from the people from their point of view, but not from anthropologist point of view or Franz Boas point of view. So the language which was documented was never Franz Boas point of view, but from people's point of view, because of which we can come to a conclusion that the language which was been documented, the language which was been recorded, was the language of original people. Physical anthropology also he contributed. First contribution is in folklore, second contribution is in conservation, protection, documentation of American Indian languages. Third contribution, a very great contribution, being Franz Boas himself, an American white man, he was also against racism. He was also racism. At that time, the people used to believe. That we white people are good at growth. We white people are good at development. We white people are good at IQ. White people are good at emotional intelligence. White people are good at intelligent quotient. So in every aspect of our physical existence, we are perfect when compared to Negroid, when compared to Mongoloid. White people race is called as Caucasoids. We Caucasoids are more pure. Our Caucasoids are more good at growth and development. You Negroids, you are waste. You Mongoloids, that type of myth, that type of belief was been present in 18th century and 19th century. And he broken the box. He broken the box, and he told that no. The race, the growth and development, the physical characteristics or the intelligence or emotional are not the things which are hereditary, they are environment. So if a Negroid person is also given very good environment, he will become like Caucasoid. If Mongoloid, like Chinese people, according to Franz Boas, if Mongoloid people are also given very good environment, they will also have very good intelligence, they will also have very good body, they will also have very good growth and development, they will also have their own color. And he also questioned that why you people are thinking that white color is fair. So in that way, the physical characteristics were being criticized. Physical characteristics were being criticized, and he told that the physical characteristics is because of environmental factors but not because of hereditary factors. And hereditary and which is given by the parents. Whether if it is given by parents, but if environment is not good, whether we will be the same or we will be changed. So what is most influential, whether it is hereditary is influential or environment is more influential? Environment is more influential. That is the reason once upon a time Fair and Lovely was there. Fair and Lovely, now the name they changed, they kept what? Glow and Lovely. Why they changed the name? Fair means what? Why? Fair means what? We don't want to become fair. A case was been booked in UNESCO. Why fair? Why? I am very happy with my black color, I am very happy with my brown color, I am very happy with my yellow color. So case was racist? No. Fair and lovely. Next line is fair and handsome. Next line is, it will also become glow and handsome. Means what? Racism, racist. Why fair? Everyone, why should aspire to become fair? There is no requirement. Who told this for the first time in the history? Franz Boas. Now the judgment, last 2 years back only they changed the name from Fair and Lovely to Fair and Lovely. Any random girl, if we go to any kirana shop, first 5 rupees, one sachet please. Now it is no more Fair and Lovely, it is called as Glow and Lovely. Now it is, but he told 1880. Boas made vital contributions to the related question of race and human variations, to studies of growth, to research on hereditary and environment influences on humans. So he told that our growth and development, our color, our knowledge, our intelligence is not just because of hereditary, it is because of environment. What environment is there, accordingly our growth and development will be there, 100%. If Ambani's daughter-in-law, she is pregnant, for example. Unfortunately, when she is pregnant from 5 months to 9 months, if she is not getting proper food and the baby is out, once the baby is malnourished, the malnourished baby, when it at the time of pregnancy, at the time of conception, at the time of giving birth, it is irreversible. Lifelong the baby will be malnourished. But hereditary is whose hereditary? Ambani's hereditary. But the baby is malnourished. Because of what? Mother didn't eat proper food. So it is the environment. Food means environment. Whatever is, that is called as environment, right? Everything comes under environment. So environment is responsible for physical growth and development. Environment is responsible for intelligence, not just hereditary. So people revolted against him. People questioned the basis of Franz Boas. You being a white man, how you are talking all these things? But still, he was very clear, and he told that yes, the growth and development is mainly because of environmental factors, but not because of hereditary factors. I should not tell, but today you only tell me. Few people will think that intelligence is hereditary. Generally, in some families, in upper levels, few people will think. Yes, few people will think. They think that our genes are more intelligent. We are more intelligent. By birth we are intelligent. But it is not hereditary. Mainly intelligence is because of, or the growth and development is because of physical characteristics, is because of environment. That is the beauty of UPSC, The beauty of UPSC is everyone will be on the level playing field. Everyone will be on the level playing field. It can be IIT student, it can be AIMS student, it can be a normal college student, or it can be an open degree person. Everyone will be on the level playing field. All India rank 11, Sai Shivani. For every rank which we had posted, we took concern. వాళ్ళని అడిగి మీరు ఓకే అంటేనే we asked them, if you are okay, then only we are going to put your poster. Like that, I will take permission from every ranker. So 16, just example I am telling you, 16 ranks which we got, I took everyone. It's okay, fine, done, no? Yes sir, 100%. Sai Shivani was not reachable. Why? Because this lady did not have phone. She really did not have phone. Her phone is with father. So 22, 23, 24 dates. We could not reach them, so we did not use her name. Today, seeing the missed call, they called. So we had contact with her, and we took concern from them, and she took all our free resources which we provided in our Telegram channel. For every day we am providing case studies. If you notice, anthropology current affairs were being provided. She herself told that yes, anthropology, all the resources which were being given in Telegram, I used up to my extent. All the toppers copies which it will be posted evening today by 8 o'clock you will get. Means what I want to tell you is that everyone are at the level playing field. She is really from very poor background. I went to her home. She is from very poor background. But a poor person is on the same line. A rich person is on the same line. Today morning 8 o'clock, I promise I am telling you, my student, my favorite student, her name is Aishwarya. She is from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Forget about the name. IIM Ahmedabad. She was crying. She didn't got result. I'm not telling. Means everyone are on the level playing field. Our 5th attempt it is. So UPSC, one thing we can tell that zero corruption. The examination which deserves preparation. No mistakes, no bias, no money, no corruption. Whereas if you see APPSC or TGPSC, lot of issues will come across. So one or the other issue. But UPSC, if you see, not a single issue will come up. So standard examination. So for that standard examination, you all people are standing on the same line. Why I am telling all these things? I am telling you all these things because if anyone is feeling that, sir, I cannot remember few, I cannot remember all, I am forgetting some, I am thinking I am weak, I am thinking I am not suitable for it, I am thinking I am unfit for it. For them I am telling you, nothing is hereditary, everything is environment according to not me, according to Franz Boas. Environment is responsible. So 1880 he told. People attacked him. White people attacked him in America. His work laid the development of new physical anthropology in late 1940s. Boas has been wrongly accused of insisting on the primacy of environment. Everyone accused him. You are giving importance to environment, man. It is not environment, it's hereditary. You are giving wrong information to the world. Everyone accused him, but still he told that it is not the hereditary, but it is environmental factors. And another contribution is historical. Now the topic. What is the topic? Historical particularism. Now the topic, historical particularism. So his contribution is on folklore. His contribution is on documenting languages. His contribution is on physical anthropology, and his contribution is on historical particularism. What is historical particularism? Franz Boas believed that every culture is because of 3 factors. Every culture is because of 3 factors. You only think, or I will tell you. Our culture, Indian culture, is because of 3 factors. History, 1 factor. Environment and psychology. Now see, our Indian culture is patriarchal culture, accepted or not. Patriarchal culture means male dominated society, undoubtedly true. Our Indian society is, Indian culture is patriarchal culture. How and why we are patriarchal culture and male are accepting it, female are also accepting it. So male dominated society means it is female is becoming submissive and female is accepting that yes sir, male is dominated and male should dominate. Then why this culture evolved? Number one, in our history, from long back, if you take 3rd BC, 2nd BC, 1st BC, 1st AD, means thousands I'm talking about, thousands, 2nd AD, 2000s, 3000, 4000, till date, in our history, till yesterday is history. In our history, everywhere, male is the dominated person or male is dominating. Our psychology, what is our psychology? In village, if we go, I will take some raw examples so that you will connect. But don't use that examples in your answers. I will take some raw examples for easy understanding. Same example you never write in your answers. In our villages, if husband is beating wife, the neighbors, if wife is shouting, and if the neighbors come, they will come and they will stop and they will tell that. If wife is shouting, hey, if husband is not beating, who will beat her? The psychology is also the same. The psychological behavior is also same. So the society is what? Culture is what? Patriarchal culture. Psychology is same. Environment, the people who are surrounded by us, the people who are with us, they are also with patriarchal mindset. So every culture is because of 3 factors according to Franz Boas: historical connections, psychological aspects, environmental conditions. Every culture is because of this, in which he gave primacy to history, hence called as historical particularism. The same he told. Franz Boas, German-born American anthropologist, he was regarded as father of American anthropology. He emphasized on fieldwork traditions in anthropology. Historical particularism is also near to cultural relativism. What is this? I will tell you later. He criticized ethnocentrism of evolutionists. He told, you people, you are telling that Victorian society as one society where every other society aspires to become. If any society want to be called as civilized, you have to become like Americans, you have to become like British society, whether they told or not. So he criticized evolutionists and told that you evolutionists, you are ethnocentric in nature. So he was against the ethnocentrism concept which is given by evolutionists, classes. The term historical particularism is given by the anthropologist called as Margaret Mead. So what, according to Boas, every culture is result of what? Environmental conditions, psychological aspects, historical connections, and primacy is given to what? History. He emphasized more on need for studying local history, long stay with local people, and learning local language. Almost equal to participant method. Understand their local history, stay with them not for one day, long stay, learn their local language, then only you can understand their culture properly. So whether this is next step to Henry Morgan? Yes. So hence he was, field work was started by him, but the rules and regulations, how to do, how to get, these all things are being given by whom? Franz Boas. First contribution was on folklore. Second is on documenting local languages. Third, race, physical anthropology. His contribution on physical anthropology, physical growth and development. Fourth, historical particularism. So in his contributions, one of the contribution is historical particularism. In various contributions, one of the contribution is historical particularism. Next, Boas preferred, what he told more further, 5th one. Boas preferred empirical deductive approach. Empirical deductive approach rather than speculative induct. Don't speculate and induct. Get empirical deductive. Scientifically you get the information. From that scientific information you deduct the conclusion. Don't speculate and don't induct. So whatever the data you people are getting, that means, well, we are doing ethnographies. I'm getting data only, no? Ethnography. Well, doing field work, when I am getting anything, I am means anthropologist. When an anthropologist is getting data, when anthropologist is doing field work, don't go for speculative inductive, go for what? Empirical deductive. Scientific work you do, from that scientific observation, what observation you are getting, that you deduct and write in your ethnography. He was critical of comparative approach. Please don't compare. When you compare, obviously you will give degree. When you give degree, there will be inferiority, superiority. Whenever there is inferiority, superiority, it leads to discrimination. Whenever there is discrimination, in long run, it leads to conflicts. So better you don't compare. So he was against comparative approach of who? Classical evolutionists. He introduced, next school is diffusionism. The next big school which is called as diffusionism was introduced by whom? Franz Boas. Field studies and research methodologies into American anthropology. He trained entire generation of next generation anthropologists like R.C. Brown, Malnowitzki, Ruth Benedict, Margaret Mead and and Kroiber. Next generation big anthropologists are the students of In his book Race, Language and Culture proposed what? Culture relativism. Historical particularism is also near to culture relativism. In his book Race, Language and Culture proposed what? Culture relativism. Listen now. Number what? 8. Culture relativism. Culture relativism. He told, every culture is unique in its context. Village culture is unique. American culture is unique. Indian culture is unique. Chinese culture is unique. Every culture is performing at most in their society, in their nature. He is best in his context, she is best in her context, he is best in his context, I am best in my context. Similarly, every culture have their own pros and cons. Every culture is having their own pros and cons. Don't compare two cultures. When you compare two cultures, there is a chance of discrimination, there is a chance of degree, there is a chance of inferiority and superiority. That concept of not comparing cultures among the societies is called as culture relativism. Don't compare two cultures. For example, America, if it is fast forward, in India it is little bit backward, and in Pakistan it is more backward. America is good in its context. India is good in its context. Pakistan is also good in its context. So don't compare two cultures. Every cultures are unique, and every culture is because of their history, is because of their environment, is because of their... One person got rank in 6th attempt, one person got rank in 1st attempt. It doesn't mean that the person who got rank in 6th attempt is waste. A person who got 797, he is below minority, 796, but he is above majority, 14 lakhs. ఇంత ఎంతమంది అప్లై చేసుకుంటారు? 14 లక్షలు అప్లై చేసుకుంటారు కదా. 797 వచ్చిందని అంటే అనే మైనారిటీ 796, ఓన్లీ 796 పీపుల్ ఆర్ అబౌవ్ హిమ్, బట్ డౌన్ హౌ మెనీ ఆర్ దేర్? 14 lakhs పీపుల్ ఆర్ దేర్. హీ ఈస్ గుడ్ ఇన్ హిస్ కాంటెక్స్ట్. Rank 1, but no one is there above me, sir. MLA is there. MP is there. Ministers are there. Ministers scold like anything. Hey, come here. IAS officer. True. Means when you are not working properly, then only. When you are taking money in every aspect. If minister come to know, this IAS officer is taking money in every aspect, sir, then what he will do? Come sit here. Will do. Means every person, every culture is unique in its context. Please don't compare. When you start compare, we give degree. When we give degree, it leads to discrimination. So non-comparisons of cultures is called as culture relativism. Boas hailed for the use of anthropometry in studying human growth in Mesoamerica, Middle America. North American continent, South American continent, in between one small line will be there, in which Nicaragua, Panama, Honduras, small countries will be there. A bridge like North American continent and South America, that is called as Mesoamerica. He studied there and he told the growth and development is not because of hereditary. He measured and came to a conclusion. The people who are getting very good environment means nutritious food. The people who are getting very good environment, they also have proper growth and development. I did measurements. Anthropometry means doing measuring. I measured all the people who are getting very good environment, their growth and development is proper. Who are not getting good environment, their growth and development is hampered. Hence, it is environment which is responsible for growth and development, but not hereditary. These are the contributions of Franz Boas. So, how many contributions are there up to now? 9. Next. 8, 9. In his book, 9th one. In his book, The Mind of Primitive People, Boas established relationship between psychological aspects and body growth. He told one more concept, that 1890, 1900, 1910 at the time. Sir, if good environment is given, nutritious food is given, but still people are not having proper body growth and development. People are not having proper body growth and development because psychological aspects also will play a very good role. You are eating very good food, but your mental status is disturbed. You are into depression. You are having some sad things. Some problem is there. Somewhere you are failing. Whether how much ever good environment, how much ever good nutritious food is available, whether the body growth and development will happen, our parents will tell. You are eating but your food is not going inside, that is the reason you are becoming thin. Means something is running behind it. So psychology is also responsible for growth and development. So in that environment, he told it is not only the nutritious food, there is another aspect which is called as psychological aspect. Boas in his book Kwakitul Test, book name Kwakitul Test, and the community name is called as Kwakitul, where he did ethnographic study. Kwakitul is a tribal name. For the first time, ethnography, Kwakitul Indians. Iroquois Indians was studied by whom? Henry Morgan. Kwakitul Indians were being studied by whom? Was being studied by whom? Franz Boas. He also did field work. Where evidence? Kwakitul. Where it is located? Baffin Islands of Pacific Ocean. అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి islands అన్నింటినీ Baffin Islands అంటారు. While studying different cultural groups, historically, Boas was aware of the fact that individual reacts to their culture in different ways. So, he is telling that the society will have culture. The society will have culture. So, culture is nothing but rules and regulations. Whether you will accept it? In simple words. Simple చెప్పాలంటే culture is nothing but rules and regulations. So, people reaction to the rules and regulations. Individuals' response to the cultures will not be the same. Few people will accept patriarchal, few people will not accept patriarchal. Few people will become masculine, few people will become feminine. Some people will accept the domination, few people will question the domination. So, the individual reaction to the culture will not be the same. Hence, he told that there is culture personality. Personality means individual level. The individual personality will not be according to the culture. Sometimes the individuals, all people will change and they create separate personalities among the individuals. When if everyone's individual personality is same, then that will become the personality of the culture. Yes, sir. For example, in this classroom, I am secular. For example, I am secular. She is secular. For example, culture is Hindutva, for example. But people, individual personalities are secular. Whether culture will change or not. Now the culture will not be right wing. Now the culture will become secular. So, how the individuals will respond to the cultures will not be the same all the times. People's response to the cultures will be different. According to their environment, they will be responding. According to their environment, they will be responding. For example, In Afghanistan, whether everyone want to be Talibani? No. Compulsory individual's personality will tell that no, woman should given freedom. Woman should be go in Afghanistan woman. Afghanistani girl should send to school. Afghanistani woman should go for workplace. Afghanistani woman should be given freedom. Why? Whether she did a mistake by having birth in Afghanistan, whether people have that individual perception or not. So, people's response to the culture, the people's personality to the culture will not be the same all times. So, people have different response to their cultures. So he is telling that blindly what is the culture will not be the personality. And one more thing, lecture 1 and lecture 2 is in video section. If in videos, in live classes, lecture 2, I think it became mute for 2-3 minutes, that the same 2-3 minutes are audible in video section. So there you can get the 2-3 minutes audio, no need to worry about that. So the videos will be, the lectures will be in video section or the lectures will be in live classes. Nothing will be missed. Where I am? So according to the culture, people's personality will not be the same. People's personality will be differing and will not be the same according to the culture. Reality or not. Till then, everyone believed that what is the culture, the people personality will be same. Patriarchal means everyone will be patriarchal. He told no. If the culture is patriarchal, people might not be patriarchal. There might be differing personalities. There might be differing personalities. Till then, no one told. Till then, people believed that what is culture, that will be the personality of the individual. But he told, what is culture, that will not be the personality. There is a chance of differing. Thus, culture and personality means individual level, influence each other. These insights were more systematically studied by later anthropologists like Margaret Mead, Ruth Benedict under Culture Personality School. There is a very big school called as Culture Personality School, which we will be studying later. But the birth of Culture Personality School was being given by whom? Franz Boas. 10 contributions. So overall there are 10 contributions from Franz Boas. In that first one is folklore. In 10 marker questions, such type of words will be given. Folklore. So first you will write about folklore, then you will write about Franz Boas, then you will write about the contributions of Franz Boas with respect to folklore and why we should read folklore. Second, documentation of Indian languages. Third, physical anthropology. Next, historical particularism. Next, empirical deductive approach rather than speculative inductive approach. Sixth, against comparative approach, against ethnocentrism. Next, diffusionism. What is diffusionism? Next I will discuss. He introduced diffusionism. Next, culture relativism. Two cultures should be never compared. Every culture is unique in its context. Next. There is psychological aspect which is responsible for body growth and development. Anthropometric methods in Mesoamerica. Next. Personality influences culture. Culture influences personality. Mainly he told that the personalities will not be in synchronization with culture. There will be differing personalities also, which was being observed by Franz Boas. So if the question is about Franz Boas, these all points we have to write. If the question is only about historical particularism, why? Because the topic is historical particularism, you have to write only about historical particularism, which is called as every culture is because of 3 factors: historical connections, psychological aspects, environmental conditions, in which he gave primacy to history. Criticism. Understand this. Total cultural relativism. Total cultural relativism is detrimental sometimes. Detrimental means dangerous. Sir, every culture is unique in its context. One culture should not be compared with another culture. Every culture is super in their context. That is the meaning, right? Every culture is unique in its context. That is the meaning. But what is the criticism? Sometimes the culture relativism is detrimental, dangerous. Why, I will tell you. There is a community called as Dawoodi Bohra community. Jammu and Kashmir Shia community. Jammu and Kashmir Shia community. That community name is called as Dawoodi Bohra. In this community, they have the practice of FGM, female genital mutilation. Means what? When the baby girl is at the age of 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, in a rudimentary form, they will scissor female genitals without any precautions, without any hygienic conditions, without any surgery, just a rudimentary form. Today also, they will use the scissor and they will be going for mutilation of female genitals. It is their culture. Why they go? That Dawoodi Bohra community will believe that by doing so, by mutilation of female genitals, when she enters into the age of menstrual cycle, her sexual desires will be controlled. That is a belief they had. So they will go for female genital mutilation in a rudimentary form. So when she starts menstruating, or when she is pregnant, when she is in reproductive age, she is facing a lot of reproductive diseases. But still they are continuing. So whether by believing what Franz Boas told, culture relativism, every culture is unique in their context, their culture is female genital mutilation, let them continue. It is unique in their context. So shall I leave or shall I fight against it? It can be another community also. It can be any person. If there is any violation of human rights, people should fight against the culture also. Every time the culture will not be unique. Dowry systems are there. Sati Sahaganam was there. Husband died, what you will do? You also die. It is culture. It is their culture. Let them continue. Go and jump. So all the times culture relativism is only few times, sometimes. So culture relativism is detrimental. Criticism. And why Franz Boas told culture relativism is the best one. But culture relativism is the best one only, but not all times. Too much emphasis on history. He discussed history, he discussed environment, lot of things are there. Religion is there, beliefs are there. These all combine to form a very complex system called as culture. But you told only 3 things. One is history, other is environment, other is psychology. That too in which you gave higher importance to history. Too much emphasis on history. And missed other social aspects like religion. Missed other social aspects like kinship. Missed other aspects like economy. These all aspects were been missed by Franz Boas. Finally, because of his initial efforts, he is regarded as father, guru, hero, philosopher for the discipline of American anthropology. This is about Franz Boas. The topic is only about historical particularism. The topic is only historical, but to be understood about Franz Boas. There might be a question on folklore. There might be a question on protection of Indian languages. There might be a question on race, physical anthropology, on empirical deductive approach rather than speculative inductive approach. Next, field works. Next, culture relativism. Next,
The mind of people.
in that what?
We gave psychological
Psychological aspects also play major role in body growth. Next,
personality influences each other.
Individual reaction.
Individual culture and personality school. So these are all the contributions of Franz Boas. Any doubts? Yes, online. Any doubts you can ask me. Any doubts you can ask me. Yes.
Diffusionism, cultural relativism की quite opposite करस. इन दोनों చెప్తారు.
ఎట్లా?
కల్చరల్ రిలేటివిజం అంటే ఆ కల్చర్ యూనిక్ ఉంటుంది అదే ఫాలో అవుతుంది. డిఫ్యూజనలిజం అంటే పక్క కల్చర్ని అడాప్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
మొత్తం కాదు. I will tell. After diffusionism, after that topic, you will come to conclusion. Next is diffusionism. Next. Any doubts? Please explain one more time. Speculative. Speculative inductive English meaning speculation. Just example. You didn't clear it 5 times prelims. Mummy, send me 1 lakh rupees. 6th attempt I will clear. It's speculation, not at all empirical. Once also mains didn't written, once also interview didn't win. At least prelims also not cleared. And for 6th attempt again you are asking for 1 lakh rupees. So I will make a call to mother and tell, Madam Ji, don't go for speculative inductive approach. He is doing all speculations. Go for empirical deductive approach, asking whether he cleared prelims or not at least once. For 5 attempts already wasted this much of amount. 6th attempt, tell him to go and work and give attempt by his own. Don't go for speculations. Accept what? Empirical deductive approach. Do scientific observations. That is what. Empirical deductive approach. Got it, Raghavendra?
Sir. Documentation of language of patterns. Is he gave any new script or is he?
Very good question. So whether he gave new script or not. For example, in India we are following Devanagari script for all the tribes. What they do for sounds, which is called as phonology. For sound, they gave one English words, sound. So through sounds they created a script. So because of which at least the language was been conserved. So that scripts which were been made by Franz Boas was been not taken as authentic, but at least it was been conserved, understandable. Yes, but to Red Indian language. There are, see, tribals, what happened? British, highly civilized. They are the first people to trade on waters. So they came onto the waters. The first waters is Atlantic Ocean. When they came into the Atlantic Ocean, they just crossed the Atlantic Ocean, there was green pastures of land, which is called as today's America. In that America, these British people went and they established 13 colonies. Not a single civilized, all are tribes. And nearly 1300 tribal communities used to live in America. Now not a single tribal community is living. In India is great. We have 1100 tribal communities. Today we have 800 tribal communities alive. But that is not the case with America. All the tribal communities, either they integrated with mainstream or they became extinct. Only few languages were being accepted, not all. Like Red Indians, Jumi Indians. ZUMI. Satya Sai Ganesh. Can you please explain psychological aspects? And see, please don't ask, please explain. You can watch the recorded video. Agi malli cheppali. Psychological aspects, how it will influence body growth and development. Tell me. I am eating, they gave me 2-3 biryanis. But someone ditched me, or not clearing prelims long back. My friend cheated me. He told, give me 10,000. Within 1 hour I will give, and he ran away. You are psychologically very, very low. Something happened in home. You are psychologically very, very low. How much good nutritious food we give, whether it will go to the body growth, and no, it won't go. For me also it won't go. It will not go. Why? Because psychology also will have a role in body growth and development. So for the first time in 1880, 1890, 1900, he told that psychology is also having the role on body growth and development. True. Other factors like myths, religion, economy, political, religion, these all aspects were being not considered. Only three aspects were being considered: history, environment, psychology. From here onwards, I will take PYQs from here onwards. Every Saturday, extra class we will have every fortnightly. Means not tomorrow Saturday, next Saturday we will have doubt clearing session. 6 to 8, no? Then 9 to 10. Only online. So, whatever doubts you are getting, whatever I am clearing after the topic, still if it is uncleared, you make a note out of it. For every fortnightly, I will be keeping the exclusive doubt clearing session. And that will not be an app, that will be in Zoom. Why? In Zoom conference, what is the benefit? Means we can have a face-to-face interaction. So your face will be visible, my face will be. You can see me, I can see you like this. So you can ask me directly question. That will be on Saturdays. So if you have any doubts, no need to worry. You please make note out of it. On that Saturday, after the class, class will be regular, 6 to 8. Then extra class will be there, 9 to 10. Only doubt clearing session. At that time, you can ask me. Okay? Next school is British School of Diffusionism. So we completed 2 schools. One is called as classical evolutionism, other is called as historical particularism, and third is now diffusionism. 3 country scholars gave 3 thoughts. The 3 countries are British, German, American. What is diffusion? Diffusion believes that culture will be copied. Culture will be learnt. Culture will be acquired. Culture will not evolve independently. Someone should give culture. From somewhere you have to learn. From somewhere you have to get information. That is called as diffusionism. Classical evolutionism told independent evolution. Yes or no? Louder. Classical evolutionism told independent evolutionism. Historical particularism told culture is because of history, environment and psychology. He is telling that, means this school is telling that culture is learnt, culture is acquired, culture is copied, culture is practiced by learning from other societies. So in this context, what happened? 3 schools of diffusionism evolved. 3 views. For every country there is a view. British School of Diffusionism, American School of Diffusionism and German School of Diffusionism. 3 thinkers of British, 4 thinkers of German and 3 thinkers of American. They gave their own schools of thought with respect to diffusionism. First, Britishers. British School of Diffusionism. 3 people. SPR, Sri Prataparudra, I remember like this. SPR. Sri Prataparudra of Kakatiya dynasty was been killed by British. So British School of Diffusionism. SPR. Smith, Perry, Rivers. Sri Prataparudra, SPR. Who killed British school? Hence British School of Diffusionism. SPR. Smith, Perry, Rivers. American School of Diffusionism. KFC. KFC is from America. Kroiber, Franz Boas, Clark Whistler. American School of Diffusionism. Kroiber, Franz Boas, Clark Whistler from America. You know PSLV, GSLV. Geostationary Launching Vehicle and PSLV Polar Satellite Launching Vehicle. GSLV technology we copied from Germany. So here it is not GSLV, it is GSLR. Greibner, Schmid, L. Leofrebinus, R. Ratzel. GSL range. GSLV, GSLR. Greibner, Schmid, Leofribinus, Ratzel. These are the 4 German school of diffusionists. Very important school, expected school. So first school is with respect to British. Next is German. Third is American. British is Smith, Perry, Rivers, SPR. German is GSLV, GSLR, Greibner, Schmid, Leofribinus, Ratzel. American is KFC, Kroiber, Franz Boas and Clark Whistler. So this school is diffusion, no? Then why there is a separation with respect to their countries? Again in diffusion, again in belief of copying, learning, acquiring, there are some differences. So based upon the differences of how we are copying, in your language I am using word copying, how we are learning, how we are acquiring, there is difference of opinion. For example, British school of diffusionism believes that it is because of migration of people. When people migrate from there to here, Britisher came from British to India and gave English language. Language is the most important part of culture, yes or no? So we copied culture from British. Example, English language. I am speaking, you are understanding, but this is not our language. So we copied from, this is not our culture, we copied from British. How it happened? People migrated from British to India. So migration is most important aspect. Migration is most important aspect in the process of learning, in the process of acquiring, in the process of copying. So when people migrate, when they are migrating, they will also bring their culture with them. So hence diffusionism, hence the culture is getting developed because of diffusion. What is the physics definition of diffusion? From higher intensity to lower intensity. So British people came from there to here, so they thought they are higher, they came to the lower, with them they brought the culture and they gave us. That is because of migration. German school of diffusionism. Similarly, American school of diffusionism. What they believe? For example, American school of diffusionism, they believe geographical proximity. So they will not believe that people when they come, they will bring culture according to British school of diffusionism. But according to American school of diffusionism, when we are living nearby, when we are living in the neighborhood, when we are living in neighborhood, there is high chance of learning. When we are geographically proximate, there is high chance of learning. So the culture is getting diffused between the two regions when they are geographically proximate. So whether people are migrating or not, when the two societies are staying beside, then there is a possibility of diffusion. Diffusion of culture. So there is difference in opinion. What is the factor responsible for diffusion? Hence, there is division into 3 schools. British school of diffusionism, American school of diffusionism and German school of diffusionism. First I will discuss British, then I will come one by one. Believed culture originated at one point of time and diffused to other points. Hence culture reached other parts of the world. Ekkadno oka daggara culture pudutundi, akkadi nunchi different parts ki culture vastundi. Diffusionists have not shown unanimity on the question as to which was the place from where the cultural traits reached to other parts of the world. So what is the center? For example, this British school of diffusionists believed that Egypt is the center of culture. So the culture originated in the world for the first time in Egypt. Why they came to this conclusion? This Smith, Perry, Rivers, they compared the pyramids of Egypt and they compared with pagodas of Japan and big temple constructions of Aztec civilization of Mesoamerica, and they told that these temple structures of Aztec civilization of Mesoamerica, Middle America and the pagodas of Japan are same like pyramids of Egypt. So the people in Egypt went to Japan. People in Egypt went to Central America. When they migrated with them, they took the model of culture in the form of pyramids. So they showed with evidences. So there is no unanimity. diffusionists have not shown unanimity on the question as to which was the place from where cultural traits reached to other. So where the culture got originated, there is no unanimity. For example, British believed in Egypt, German believed different, American believed different. What is that? I will tell you after British. Got it? As a result of differences in their opinions, the diffusionists are divided into three schools of diffusionism. One is British, German, American. Ante ide classroom lo few people are thinking that this might be the reason, few people are thinking this might be the reason. So there is difference in opinion. Hence, who are believing this, come this side. British school of diffusionism. Who are believing this, come this side. They are called as American school of diffusionism. Americanly, they are from same country, so the name given is British. They are from same country, they are given German or American or British. So who is this Smith? Sir Grafton Elliot Smith, British anthropologist, Egyptologist, proponent of hyper-diffusionist view of prehistory. He believed in the idea that culture innovations occur only once and then they spread geographically. Where these culture innovations happened according to Smith? Where the culture innovations happened according to Smith? Egypt. And they spread geographically. They spread across the world. British anthropologist, diffusion school is founded, some facts. Diffusion school is founded by Smith himself. According to him, men and culture both originated from Egypt and spread to different parts of the world. This was mentioned in the book called as The Origin of Civilization. He was considered as what? Pan-Egyptologist. Pan means what? Across the world. Pan-Egypt, everywhere Egypt. Hence he was considered as what? Pan-Egyptologist. He will be criticized one by one. So they believed that Egypt is a place where the culture got originated and spread to different parts of the world. He gave the name called as man in Egypt is culture man, and the man away from Egypt is natural man. So this culture man went near natural man and made him cultured man. So that means a natural man got culture now because of whom? Egyptian. So the movement of Egyptian to other parts of the world is called as what? Migration. So migration is responsible for cultural diffusion. మీరు వరల్డ్ మ్యాప్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి యూ కెన్ డ్రా వేర్ ద ఈజిప్ట్ ఈస్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as pan-Egyptologist. The architecture of pyramids is replicated in other civilizations like pagodas of Japan, temples of Aztec civilization. Aztec civilization is in Middle America, Mesoamerica. Thus, according to him, culture is a result of diffusion of culture traits by what? Yellow color. By what? Migration of the people. Hyper-diffusionist means they believe they believe that culture will not evolve independently. Culture will be because of learning. Hyper and huge. So he never thought that culture will not be originated independently. Culture will be copied, learned. But here one question will come. Criticism. What is that? Tell me. If everywhere culture is learned, everywhere if culture is been acquired, then for the first time how it came? Whether chicken first or egg first? So for the first time, from where it got? Smith missed it. So hence the next school of diffusion. Hyper-diffusionist means what? Everywhere the culture will be because of diffusionism. The culture will spread it only at one part, and from that part everywhere the culture will be spread. In that one part, how it got? He could not answer. That is the criticism. Second, William Perry. Got it, Nishandini? Smith. Perry, P. William Perry. British geographer and anthropologist noted for his diffusionist theory of culture development. Perry believed that Egypt of 4000 BC was the original and sole source of agriculture, pottery, basketry, domestic animals, houses and towns, and that this spread throughout the. So this agriculture, domestication of animals, houses, everything for the first time was been found in Egypt. From this Egypt, it got spread to, according to Perry. He is father of diffusionism. He is founder of diffusionism. He is father of diffusionism. He is extreme diffusionist. He did not make any specific theoretical contribution, but blindly supported Smith theory that Egypt was the only cultural cradle in the world, and told that the children of Egypt are the children of sun god. Hence they have culture. When they moved from Egypt to different parts of the world, as they are the children of sun god, they spread their culture. According to Perry. In his book, The Children of Sun God, he considered Egyptians as the children of sun, and he regarded sun god as the universal deity. As they went everywhere, with them they spread the culture. He was against the psychic unity of mankind, means independent evolution. He was of opinion the similarities were because of diffusion, and the diffusion is because of migrations. Same. What Smith told was being blindly adopted by Perry, that Egypt is the cultural cradle of the world, and the Egyptians are none other than the children of sun god. These people, when they migrated to different parts of the world, with them they spread their culture. Hence, Egyptologist. Now onwards, little bit science. The third person is W.H.R. Rivers. What he told? He visited India also. There is a famous expedition called as Torres Strait Expedition, which you will study in your geography. Straits. To land masses in between, if a water body is there, it is called as strait. Such a Torres Strait is present near Australia and New Zealand in the Polynesia region of Pacific Ocean. In the world map, last side we will see. In the east side, last. So very famous expedition was been done in the year 1898 in anthropology by big anthropologists like W.H.R. Rivers, R.C. Brown, Malnovisky. These big anthropologists, they came together and went for expedition to study about the tribals. And that expedition planned to visit Torres Strait in the Pacific Ocean on the east side of the world to study about the tribals. At that time, in the process of coming from British, remember the world map, British, Atlantic Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, and Pacific Ocean, and into the complete Pacific Ocean, Indo-Pacific Ocean and complete Pacific Ocean. So here what happened? Mediterranean, Red Sea, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, crossed Indian Ocean, Singapore, crossed Indian Ocean into the South China Sea, and went into the Pacific Ocean. Here, this ship when it was moving from this particular part of the world of British into the Mediterranean Sea, what happened? He stayed at Indian Ocean. In that Indian Ocean where he was staying, there was a tribal community called as Toda tribal community in the Nilgiri Hills. So there he took a stop and studied about the Indian tribes called as Toda tribal community. So he is a diffusionist. He is a British school of diffusionist. He also believed that Egypt was a center from where the culture got evolved and from where it got diffused to different parts of the world. But This theory he did not prove by theory. This theory he proved it by field work. By doing the field work where? By doing the field work across oceans and reaching Torres Strait expedition. So what are his contributions? How he contributed, that we will be discussing here. W.H.R. River was an English anthropologist, was a medical doctor, experimental psychologist, pioneer of field work methods, and the most important is he did field work in Indian tribes called as Toda. And not only that, he had devised a method called as genealogical methods. Means what? Few times when we are asking questions, they might not answer easily. They might feel with contempt. Like for example, just for example, whom you will be marrying? Or who are your probable mates? With whom you will be marrying? Such type of questions. Genealogical means such type of questions where these people might feel contempt. Why you are asking my personal question? Why you want to know about my personal question? There's a chance of asking or feeling contempt. So what he did, he devised a system like this. Male, female, marriage, children, son. So if I ask him, orally if I ask him, who are your probable marriage mates? So he might feel contempt and he might question me, why you are asking me this question? So he devised a diagrammatic representation which is called as genealogical methods, whereby I can marry my mothers by drawing a diagram. My mother's brothers. Vertical is sibling. My mother's brothers. He got married. And there is a daughter. So, whom I can marry? So, I can marry, an example. So, sir, I can marry this person, sir. In our societies, we can marry like this. So, when they cannot answer few questions orally, then they answer through diagrammatic. This diagrammatic representation is called as genealogical methods. For example, who will be sharing the property? Who will be sharing the property? If it is a patriarchal society, so who will share the patriarchal society? Who will share the property? Grandfather, father, son. She will not get, she will not get. Why? Because society is what? Patriarchal. So if I ask, who will be sharing the property, means through this diagrammatic representation, I can easily tell that, yes, oh, this is your hereditary with respect to inheritance of property. So the diagrammatic representation of generations, the diagrammatic representation of family tree is called as genealogical method. So in the process of getting answers for the sensitive questions, he devised a method called as genealogical method. In our language, it is called as family tree. In our language, it is called as family tree. So this family tree representation, in order to get the data, in the process of doing field work, he had brought a new field or new data collection method which is called as genealogical method. How questionnaire was being brought by? Henry Morgan. How folklore importance was being given by? Franz Boas. Genealogical methods importance was being given by? See, in that way the subject got developed. In that way, how to do field work, how many methods of data collection was being developed. So in that, one of the data collection is genealogical methods given by whom? He is famous for his kinship, there is kinship only, no family. Kinship studies in the form of genealogical method. During field works in India and Pacific Islands. In India, which society? Toda. T-O-D-A. In Nilgiri Hills. River spent some months among the Todas of South India. The monograph means the thing which is been written. The monograph that emerged from the fieldwork, the Todas, was a holistic account of Toda social organization. Rivers made heavy use of his own genealogical method as a strategy to connect language and kinship terms to broader principles of understanding social organizations. So, he studied which society? Our own Toda society. In which year? In 1890. And he observed, there are some things which are present in Toda which are there already in Egypt. So hence he told that what was present in Egypt, the way of living in Egypt is also similar in Toda. So he did field work, no? So hence the culture in Toda was being diffused from Egypt. So again he did field work, but he found a few things, as he already his mind is filled with Egyptologists. Already his gurus Smith and Perry are Egyptologists. Only few things are being same. Hence he told that few things are same because they copied from Egypt. But what is betterment? Smith did not do any field work. Perry did not do. At least he did field work. He was father of British diffusionism, founder of diffusionism, father of diffusionism, father of British diffusionism. He is part of famous Torres Strait expedition. See here. Australia, Papua New Guinea, small islands, Pacific Ocean. If you see here, there is something called as Torres Strait. Yes or no? Torres Strait. Here small islands are there, see. These are tribal islands. These all tribal islands were being studied in this expedition of Torres Strait. When he is coming like this, in between what came? India. There he studied what? Toda. And compared with what? Egypt. And he told what are the things which are present in Egypt is also present in Toda. Hence culture got diffused from Egypt. He is part of famous Torres Strait expedition during the 1898. Torres Strait expedition Rivers developed his famous contribution to ethnographic techniques. The genealogical method was being given by him, which is nothing but kinship chart were also valuable maps of social organization. Who is my father? Who is my brother? Social organization. Presenting not only the local vision of relatedness but also models of political authority. For example, who is your king? No, your kingship will go to whom? Why you want who will become king? He will get angry if I ask orally. You can draw, then he will draw. So political leader, who will be sharing the economy, whom you are going to marry, who is going to be the political leader next. These all things can be expressed very clearly through which method? Genealogical. In his paper Disappearance of Useful Arts, he dealt with degeneration together with uninventiveness. Means what? He told people are generally uninventive. People like to diffuse. People like to learn. People like to diffuse. People like to learn rather than innovate. Yes or no? Majority of them will copy or they create. Copy. So because of which he is telling that you people told independent evolution is impossible. Why? Because majority of the people will be diffusing, copying. So uninventiveness will be there. Diffusion will be more. Why? Because people love to copy, people love to learn rather than create. He was opinion that culture traits not only progress but degenerated also. For example, Melanesia Island people had no canoes. For example, I will see this one. This is called as canoe. In Melanesia, their small island is there, Melanesia. In that Melanesia, canoes are not there. You tell me, if I am living in a ocean or if I am living near a river, if I am living on the island, whether I will have a small boats for fishing. Yes. Environment, as I am living in the ocean, obviously I should for my survival, what I should need? Fishing. For survival, I want what? For fishing, what I want? Boats. The small boats are called as canoe. But in Melanesian island, what he noticed, there is no canoes. Then he started inquiring, he started asking about why Melanesian people are not having any connoy. Then they told that, sir, in our history we used to have connoys, but what happened? Our men went for fishing into the ocean, they didn't return. Again, few people went, they didn't return. Like this, it happened multiple times. Then we thought that the ocean is angry on us. We stopped going for fishing. When we are not going for fishing, we don't want canoe. So, the things sometimes will disappear also. The cultural traits will also die. So cultural traits will not progress. Sometimes cultural traits will also be disappeared if it doesn't have any function. So one point extra he told. Theory of use and disuse. When we are not using, it will become degenerated. When we are not using, it will be degenerated. For example, we studied in blackboard schools. Now we are going on interactive panels. Now all schools also adopting what? In digital boards, interactive panels, theory of use and disuse. Whether blackboard and chalk piece degenerated, disappeared. Why they are getting degenerated and disappeared? People are not using. So the cultural traits will not only progress but also another contribution of reverse. Finally, his principles are: man is basically uninventive. Culture spread through migrations. In the process of diffusion, some cultural traits might disappear. Culture is evolved at a beautiful sentence he told, where, because I told little bit advanced than Smith and Perry, he told that culture is evolved at other centers. Culture is evolved at other centers, but dominating center is culture is evolved at other centers, but Egypt culture is dominating. So he is also Egyptologist, but not at the level of Smith and Perry. Other cultures also there. Other culture centers also there. But what is dominating culture center from where the culture is getting diffused? This is about ethnocentric or not. Pan-Egyptian, everywhere is because of Egypt. Ethnocentric. Theoretical with no practical evidence. Only WHR Rivers did. That too only Toda tribal community he studied and generalized that everywhere the culture of Egypt is there. Hence criticized. The premises of man is uninventive. Is questioned. Without invention, how? The new things are coming up. Why? Because you told man is uninventive. Anti-evolutionist approach. How much diffusionism is there, that much evolutionism is there. That much independent evolution is there. You totally criticize independent evolution, which is called as anti-evolutionist. Independent evolution little bit will be there now. Migration as a major source for diffusion is criticized. See, only because of migration the culture will be diffused. అవసరం కూడా ఉండాలి కదా, అది మనకు అవసరం ఉండాలి కదా. Function. I should require it. Then only I will diffuse it. For example, smartphones are required across the world in any society. But today, Afghanistan people, for their women, they are not allowing to use smartphone. So everywhere the smartphone is, the people are moving, but the people also should accept it. The people also should use it. Then only the culture will be diffused. Just because of migration, just because of people are learning, they will not develop it. There is a need for purpose. There is a need for function. అది వాడాలనిపించాలి కదా, నాకు అవసరం ఉండాలి కదా, అవసరం ఉంటేనే తీసుకుంటాను కదా. ఇక్కడ అవసరం అనే పదం కాకుండా ఏ పదం వాడాం మనం? మైగ్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్. ఇఫ్ పీపుల్ మైగ్రేట్, ద కల్చర్ విల్ బి డిఫ్యూజ్. నో, there is a need for function also. It got criticized. So this is about British school of diffusionism. So why there are 3 schools of diffusionism? So there is difference of opinions with respect to how many centers are there and which center is dominating. So hence British school of diffusionism, German and American. In British, how many are there? 3 are there. Smith, Perry and Rivers. Smith what told? Egypt, pan-Egyptologist, hyper-diffusionist. Migration sole reason. More?
Culture is
Culture born at Egypt and spread to different parts. He compared it with what pagodas of Japan and temples of Aztec civilization. Second person, Perry, he just followed what Smith told. He told the Egyptians are children of sun god. So they went to different parts, hence the culture got diffused. Culture man and natural man. Third person is WH Rivers, little bit advanced. He did field work. He is part of Torres Strait expedition. In the process, he stayed at Todas. He studied about Todas. At that time, he developed a method called as genealogical methods. And he compared the cultures of the Todas and Egypt, and he told that few things are same with Egypt, hence the culture got diffused from Egypt. But however, he was practically told that there are other centers of cultures also, but the dominating center is Egypt. There are few principles given by WH Rivers. Man is basically uninventive. The culture will not only progress, but also it degenerates. Yes or no? Third, anti-evolutionist. Fourth, ethnocentric, pan-Egyptian approach. Next. No, not criticism. Principles given by him. Other places by W.H.R. Rivers. And criticism of British school of diffusionism. Pan-Egyptologist, ethnocentric. No practical evidence, no proper field work, only Toda they studied. Uninventive is questioned. Without invention, how these all things came? So from this criticism of British school of diffusionism, the next school came, which is called as German school of diffusionism. What they told, what Greibner told, what Schmidt told, what Leo Fribinus told, what Ratzel told, we will be discussing. More, as time goes on, more scientific. Then American people will come, more scientific. Next, another school will come, functionalism. Everything is because of function, purpose. If purpose is there, new culture will come. If there is no use, it will not evolve. If use, it will evolve. So we discussed it today on historical particularism, Franz Boas, British school of diffusionism. Any doubts? Yes, Harichandana, correct. I told him the criticism, no? Harichandana. Speculation only, Kasamma. See, criticism, if 1% is also non-acceptable, we can criticize. 1%. Most means 100%. English meaning of most means 100% or 99%? Most means what? Most means 99% only. No. If 1% is also not acceptable, we can criticize it. Culturally, it means good only. Dowry system is there. Everywhere dowry is there. Culture. So whether blindly, whether we can follow it, it's unique. Your own culture, you can continue. Whether we can tell no. Harichandana, clear everything? Connectivity and all? Write today's question. Write about the contributions of Franz Boas to the discipline of anthropology. అంటే ఆంథ్రపాలజీకి ఏమేమి కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేశాడు, వాట్ ఆల్ హీ కాంట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ టు ద డిసిప్లిన్ ఆఫ్ ఆంథ్రపాలజీ. ఫస్ట్ వన్ folklore, second one documenting language, third racism, against racism, fourth physical anthropology, fourth historical particularism, culture relativism, against comparative methods, empirical deductive approach rather than speculative inductive approach. Psychological aspects are also related to growth and development. Personality and culture both influence each other. One more, Anthem. Introduce diffusionism. Next he will come in American school of diffusionism, Franz Boas will come. So next we discuss British school of Smith, Perry and Rivers. Just 5 points if you remember, done. The question will not, never they ask write about Smith, write about Perry or write about WH, write about British school of diffusionism, in this particular school, write about American school of diffusionism, write about complete country school they asked. So remember 10 points. For every topic, if you have 10 points in your pocket, you will write a very good answer. No need to, exam is easy only when you master that key. The key is, for every topic, it can be general studies or it can be optional. For every topic, if you have 10 points, close. Go to next topic. Any doubts online? 15 marks, 3 pages. 15 marks, 3 pages. 200 words. Thank you.